Firstly, thanks everybody for joining me for this lunchtime yoga class as part of Mental Health Awareness Week. For those that don't know me, I'm Rob Reed. I'm the head of the Portfolio Management Office on the 25-year plan, and I'm also a part-time yoga teacher. So I kind of teach yoga for men and yoga for cyclists and also office workers, including Defra colleagues. So for the past few weeks, I've ran like 10-minute sessions as part of Natural Environment Directorate's bird tables with directors. And yeah, that's kind of inspired me, I suppose, to run these sessions today. The chair-based sequence that we'll go through today will be all seated, as I said, and we'll be making some movements that generally should be comfortable and accessible to hopefully all of you. But if at any point through the class you feel as though it becomes uncomfortable, any kind of sharp pains at all, then feel free just to back off. And if you've got any questions, as I said, just use the chat function where you can. The theme for the class today is actually all around connection. And in fact, I ran this as a class through Facebook Live yesterday morning on my Yoga Dad page. And I thought I'd run it again, to be honest, today. And so with connection in mind, what I wanted to kind of do was think about the fact that at the moment, we don't generally have a lot of opportunity to physically connect with people outside of our immediate family. And so just through a simple kind of way in which we can interlock our fingers together or clasp our hands and cup our hands together, that kind of thing, can give us that opportunity for shared connection virtually amongst the group today that's on the class, but also that shared connection with other people, you know, outside of the work environment in our everyday lives. Okay, so we'll be interlocking our fingers throughout the class and through a different range of movements. If at any point it feels like it becomes uncomfortable at all, then obviously just separate the fingers away again, shake the wrists out, that kind of thing, and then just come back and pick it up in the next pose. Okay, so unless anybody's got any questions, we'll get started. So just finding yourself in a comfortable seat towards the front of your chair. And let's just start by interlocking our fingers together. And by interlocking our fingers, we can just really start to feel that strength of connection, that bond that we've got, almost imagining, I suppose, that we're kind of forming a circle around our group today. Let's just take our palms now, clasped hands, and just bring them across our heart. And closing our eyes just for a moment. As we close our eyes, we just start to draw our attention inwards. Just tuning into those different sensations, feelings we're experiencing in the body. And in particular, I want you to kind of really focus on that warmth of the palms, just wrapping around the heart. But also the beat of the heart back through the palms and just seeing how that feels for you. Now bringing the palms down and just wrapping them across the belly region. So still with the fingers interlocked. And now as you do so, really feel that expansion into the palms with the belly each time you breathe in. And as you breathe out, that emptying back out again. And just taking a few more breaths, just deepening, lengthening the inhales and exhales. And as you do so, just feeling that energy, vitality entering the body with each time you breathe in. And the body softening, weight just dropping down towards the floor, inviting calm into the body as you breathe out. Now slowly opening the eyes, nice soft gaze. And just taking the clasped hands now out in front. Now we're going to start just by pressing our palms away towards the opposite side of the room and lifting our head, our gaze up towards the ceiling above us. As we do so, really feeling that length now along the outsides of the arms, all the way across the top of the shoulders. Shoulder blades knitting together. And as we exhale, rotating the palms back in towards the body, chin towards the chest, and just relaxing the elbows just a little bit, just to create some more space across the shoulder blades, easing any tension across the upper back. Inhale now to press away. And exhaling again, turning the palms in towards the body. And one more time, inhaling, press away, length along the arms. Exhaling, chin to chest, relaxing the elbows. Really helping to ease any tension. Of course, the upper back, which often stores so much, particularly when we're sitting at desks and keyboards all day. Now pressing the palms away on the next inhale. As you do so, just start lifting the arms up above you. And as you lift the arms, just press the palms towards the ceiling, to lowering the shoulders away from the ears. Inhaling to lift up, and actually maybe even introduce a slight back bend here, allowing the arms just to reach back a little bit further behind you. And just as you exhale, ease off. One final time, inhale and lift up, almost imagining that you're jumping over a high jump bar or something like that, allowing the chest just to open up towards the ceiling. Just inviting that back bend to a position that feels comfortable to you. And then back to the center. Inhaling now to press up again. And exhaling, just fold across to one side. Feeling that length along the opposite side of the body, all the way down towards the hip. Shoulders again away from the ear. Inhaling back to center. Exhaling across to the opposite side. And really breathing into that space that's now created along the opposite side of the body. Inhaling back to center. Exhaling, fold across. Twice more on either side. And really feeling as though each time you press away with the palms, it's just creating that little bit more space along the side body. Once more. And the final side. And then back to center again. Still with the fingers clasped, we now take our hands behind our head. We'll inhale and lift up. So looking up towards the ceiling and allowing the elbows just to draw away from the center of the body. Exhaling now, bringing the chin to chest, elbows in towards one another. And just allowing the weight of the head just to create that little bit more length along the back of the neck. Inhale and lift up, look up towards the ceiling. Almost as though you're opening up a book. We're separating each elbow away from the body. And then back down again. You turn that attention back inwards. Inhale and lift up. Exhaling back down. And then back to a neutral position again. I'm just going to turn around to the side just for a moment, just so you can see me. So I'm just going to take my feet and knees just a little bit wider than the hips, just to create a little bit more space between the legs. And I'm going to clasp the hands behind my back. And as I do so, I'm pressing the knuckles away and just allowing the shoulder blades and shoulders actually as a whole, just to drop down towards the hips. As we do so, we lift our head up towards the ceiling and just feeling that space that's now created across the top of the shoulders and the chest. We lengthen along the arms. Exhaling now to fold forward, allowing the upper body just to fall between the upper and the inner thighs. We're just lifting our arms, knuckles up towards the ceiling to a position that feels comfortable to you. Inhaling now again to lift and look up. Reaching away with the arms, allowing the shoulders away from the ears. Exhaling, back between the legs. Maintaining that length along the spine. Just allowing the upper body to come down to the same height as the hips. Inhale and lift up. And back down. Inhaling, pressing back, up again. And then turning yourself back round. Well, not for you, no. I'll turn myself back round towards the front. Okay, now our fingers and our hands and wrists have done a lot of work in this short sequence today. So we're just going to take our arms out in front. fingers reaching away. And we're just going to slowly start extending and clenching the fingers back in towards the palms. As we do so, we just, as I said, go slowly or as quickly as feels good to us. And just through this flexion and extension in the fingers, great for mobility, particularly if we're sitting at keyboards and typing away most of the day. Kind of thing we can do at any time of the day if we've just got a small pocket of time. We'll just keep going for about another 5 or 10 seconds. You might find the forearms just become quite fatigued very quickly. So again, just go as far as feels comfortable to you. And then extending the fingers out. And just relaxing the wrists away, relaxing the fingers away. And just easing any of that tension away from the hands and the wrists as a whole. Now, rubbing the palms together. We're just generating some heat between the palms. Just taking as long as feels good to you. Almost imagine we're rubbing a ball between our hands. Just getting a lot of heat there in the palms. When they feel hot enough, just placing the palms now across the eyes, allowing the fingers just to fall across the top of the head. Just really feeling that warmth now through the palms onto the eyes. As the eyes drop back into their socket. Turning that attention back inwards again. And slowly lowering the hands away. Bringing the palms in towards one another into a prayer position in front of the chest. And just really feeling that strength of connection, that bond again. As you press one palm against the other. But also the sound, the feeling, the sensation of the heart beating against the back of the thumbs. That length that's now been created along the body. The fluidity, the depth, the length of the breath. It may have been the case at the start of the class. The opportunity to really focus on those sensations, those feelings, those emotions, energy levels in the body today. The means by which to be kind to yourself in body and mind. During this Mental Health Awareness Week. But also hopefully to go away and inspire others to do the same this week and always. Nice soft gaze, opening the eyes. There we go. Thank you for joining me today. About 10 or 15 minute sequence. Hopefully that was enough to allow you to find some time for lunch as well. And look out for some of the other events that are going on this week during Mental Health Awareness Week. We've got Heather Yaxley delivering some mindfulness sessions each day, 3 p.m. And that's just dialing. And she's also recording those sessions, different themes each day. I think 15-minute mindfulness session and then a 15-minute Q&A. And then there's also tea and talk events and a virtual quiz that the Safety, Health and Wellbeing team are also organising later in the week. I'm also back on Thursday, 12 p.m. I'll run a different sequence to today, and you're more than welcome to join me for that. Encourage more people to come along as well. And as much as anything, just use this opportunity this week to kind of raise some awareness around the importance of being kind and showing those kind of random acts of kindness in any way that you can. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your day. And thanks again for joining me. Namaste.